Hey, I'm Angel Saunders with Season 10, the season premiere of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. We're talking sex, lies, and video debates. And tonight we are going to get all into parties, betrayal, and husbands in jail. We're talking the season premiere of Real Housewives of New Jersey on AfterBuzz TV.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's up?
Hey! I'm excited. Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but I am happy, like genuinely happy, because I love these two. Brianna and I have worked together on the Claws after show. Russell and I have worked together.
No filter.
Dating no filter. You're familiar with me. I love you so much. I see your face on every single thing that I do, even when I'm at home. I like see you on my refrigerator.
Oh, shut up. I love you too.
Right. I see you like in my wallet with the pictures. So dating no filter with Bree. Russell, we've worked together on Real Housewives of New Jersey, but we've got Bree, who is an actual Jersey girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course Russell, who has been with us on this actual show last season. So we're all back. I was with you guys last season, and now we're back this season. And I mean, it's just so good.
Season 10.
Season 10. I'm happy to actually be with people that I love and care about.
Oh, we love you too.
So what did y'all think? Overall thoughts of tonight's episode?
I thought it was a nice and juicy enough for the first episode. I'm proud of the way Teresa went about things, kind of looking at Jackie a little differently.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm satisfied.
I
know you're going to feel different.
Look, I'm still here for Teresa because she has her petty card. She always pulls her petty card, and she's always the victim, which I love. I love her for this reason. Her and Melissa are on a good page, which is good. I love that Margaret's bringing in her... She takes the opportunity to throw shade, which I always love. Jackie, hot mess. Okay. Why is she back? I don't know. Andy, you need to talk to me about this. We need to have a conversation.
Oh my God.
I feel like they just needed somebody to be an adversary against Teresa.
And for me, it's amazing because Jackie and this is what I'm going to talk about, how I can't remember their names. Jackie and Jennifer are the new characters who were introduced last season. Yeah. And although there was so much controversy around them and they always had drama, I feel like I still can never remember their names. And it's like, what's going on? And we see Jennifer with her husband Bill, and like, she's getting a plastic surgery to make sure that she looks a certain way, like the plastic surgeon's wife and all that. And I don't know. I still need them to grow on me, if that makes sense. But I was satisfied with the first episode. I was
satisfied with it too. I just don't know why Jackie is here.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I love them. No, I love them, but it's still like, I have to look. Jackie, Jennifer. I don't know if it's the Jays or what. The Jays and both of them are new, but they're clearly different.
You know what it is about Jennifer is that she has all bark, no bite. She always acts like she's bad, but she's not
Jennifer?
bad. Yes.
Yeah.
She's always doing something behind someo's back, puffing out her chest behind someone's back. Teresa's bad, she'll get in your face.
Oh, Teresa definitely
Melissa's bad, she'll get in your face. Dolores
already know.
Dolores is my girl because she used to be a parole officer, so she'll really get in your face.
The thing is about Jennifer is I don't play that throwing stuff. That's when she has some liquid courage. Too. Yeah, when she gets liquid courage in her, that's when she wants to make a move and take action.
But you know why?
And I don't like that.
She hasn't been hit.
Facts.
Maybe it takes one good knocking out.
Ding, ding, ding.
And then she will not be all talk anymore. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Season premiere, season 10, and we get an update on the girls. We are just seeing where they're at. Let's talk about Dolores and her new guy, David, who we did catch a glimpse of last season.
Yes, they did.
And Frank. Man,
Frank
now I'm gonna just go right this way, and we're gonna talk about it, and then we'll come back to me because I want to see what y'all think about this love triangle that's not a love triangle, but it is.
I think David's a sucker. I said it. I think David's a sucker because he decided to get more into the show and get closer because he saw how Dolores and Frank's relationship is, and he said, "Ooh, let me step up a little bit more." Because that's how a lot of guys are. They want what they can't have, or they want what seems like it's a challenge a little bit. They don't realize what they have until they see another man appreciating it.
Preach, girl.
And so that's why David said, okay, let me now get closer. Let me start spending more time. Everything he should have been doing from last year, he wants to do now. So David's a sucker.
I think that Dolores is such a strong individual, and she's the power player in the relationship, and she's probably the power player in both of the relationships with Frank and with David. So I think with David, he was like, oh, I'm gonna get left behind, because he didn't originally want to be on the show.
Right.
He wanted to be out of the limelight, but this whole conspiracy that Frank and Dolores would be getting back together is probably the reason why he wants to show up to the table, because he wants to be known and have his presence known.
Yeah.
For the fact that Dolores is going to push forward with or without him.
Facts.
Yeah, and it's kind of sad because I appreciate the fact that David did not want to be on camera, because you see these people like the housewives who are in a public eye, and you think, oh, this guy is only talking to them so that they can be in a public eye as well, so they can get these public eye checks, so they can be on Bravo.
Yes.
You know, so we can be here talking about them.
Yeah.
And here's a guy that's like, I don't want that. I just want you. But it's like, he has to do all of this to be on the show and be with her, because if not, here comes Frank, just like, and we saw like, and I'm watching like, dang, I don't know if I'm that mature. Like, clearly they're co-parenting, but there was a scene, right? There was the scene the kiss.
Yeah.
And even though it was on the cheek, and I wrote it in my notes, like Gia also kissed Dolores on the cheek in the same way.
It's the
like
Italian thing to do.
But
That's
it's
what
not
we
even
do.
just Italian. Like I see people do it. Like you see somebody, like even before the show started and we're watching, there's people like walking through AfterBuzz. There was like a girl that I know, and we like hug, kiss on the cheek. And I get it. It's a thing that people do. But when it's your ex-husband and y'all got that history and y'all get along so well and y'all have kids together, this is someone you used to sleep with that
And
you
not
find attractive, that you're close
Not the
to.
sleeping.
Like,
And you
all of
work
this,
with.
and you spend so much time with, because you work with, you're on a TV show together. Like, all of this is going to be playing in my mind when you're like, and I'm not going to be okay with it. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if I need to grow up or.
Here's how I see it. I see
childish.
it like the J-Lo, A-Rod, and Mark Anthony situation.
Yeah.
J-Lo, she's also a very strong woman, so she's the mediator between both of them, and she's set the boundaries for both of them.
Yeah.
That they're gonna like each other whether they like it or not, because there's kids involved. And I think Dolores is kind of taking the same approach. It's just a newer fashion of raising your kids.
But
But living together, I don't know how I feel about it.
but Mark Anthony wasn't living with J-Lo.
That's a valid point.
That's big to me.
Yeah, Dolores just, I don't know if she's clueless or if she's mature. I really don't know.
She's just mature and unbothered.
Yeah, because
Probably
she's
what it
like
is.
just living her best life, like laughing with both of them. Like, you know, you ever see somebody do the little,
David
like
did throw some
touching,
side eye.
like keep your hands to yourself.
Right.
Like, you don't need to be touching me.
Yeah.
Like no, I don't like that type of stuff.
David did throw some side eye in the kitchen.
He
did.
He
literally,
definitely
he was
did.
looking so awkward.
He looked down when they did that, like the kiss and
Like,
the
what
embrace.
can you say? And it's like, one, he already doesn't want to be there because, like you said, he didn't even want to do the reality show. But it's
Yeah.
like, okay, now you have to. And she kissing him, and she laughing with him. So
Well, we have a question on our chat from Miss Karen.
Let's hear it.
Who is an avid watcher and who is joining us again this season. She's a loyal watcher, and she's from the Netherlands. So thank you, Karen, for joining us again. She wants to know who you guys think is hotter, David or Frank? So who are we going with? And feel free, if you guys are on the chat, feel free to chime in on this one too. We want to hear your votes. We want to hear what
You
you
go
think
first.
about Slim
Okay.
Shady and about Buff Daddy.
honestly, I'm gonna go with David because personally, I don't like big muscles. Like, even I'm thinking about like Ronnie from Jersey Shore, since Real Housewives of New Jersey. I'm thinking like super buff, like
Meatheads.
Yeah,
Jersey
it's
boy.
like, what are you, a T-Rex? Like, you got all these muscles and these little arms and you're just like this. Like, that's not attractive to me. And although David isn't as in shape, and I'm gonna just have to go with David because I just cannot. Yeah, I cannot go with a super buff like I have to move like this. I walk around. I don't like that.
Physically, I would. Oh gosh,
I don't know about him personally. I don't know too much about David personally.
Neither one of them. This is the thing. David is weak.
Oh.
Frank seems funny though.
But Frank's personality is cool, but he's a cheater. And I can't bang with cheaters. Ooh. And I don't know. I guess but I don't like meatheads either. Yeah. So I guess physically I would go with David. And if I could give Frank's personality to David, it would work.
Personality counts for a lot.
It does.
It takes you a long way.
But he's a cheating meathead. And
he's like that dorky Gymshark dude that has a lot of personality, and David's like the intelligent one that went to college and has his stuff together. The kind of person that you want to marry. I think Frank is the one that you want to date.
The player that you have fun with.
Yeah, absolutely.
I see that. Okay. Well, we are going to hop right into a special message for our viewers.
Yes, guys. Before we get on to our next topic, we just want to say thank you so much for making us the ESPN of TV Talk and for continuing to help us grow. We could also use your help. If you're on YouTube right now, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and if you're on iTunes, please give us 5 stars. Leave your comments. We want to know what you want to hear when we're on the show. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so that you can get involved in our conversation so that we can get back to you like Miss Karen, our loyal watcher. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to me and all of us, and we truly appreciate you supporting us in doing what we love. Don't forget to tell your friends to keep enjoying our shows and keep subscribing, keep watching. Let us know what you want to hear, what you think. And apparently we have some viewers that think that those 3 are getting it on. So we do appreciate the chat.
I don't know. I would not be down for all that. But before we even move on to the topic, I know we discussed Dolores. It's so many of the girls on the show. I don't want to skip over them, but I also don't want to spend the whole show about them. I did see with Melissa, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I felt like a lot of her storyline, again, was revolving around Teresa. And last season, we saw with Joe, who is her husband, who's also named, shares the same name as Teresa's husband, that they just kept asking, why don't you tell your dad to do this? Or why don't you tell your husband to spend more time? And I just feel like they were bringing that up again. And it's just like drawn out. I want to see them with their own like for real storyline.
We have to remember Teresa is the one who runs the Jersey Housewives show. She's like Nene on Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
So Teresa runs this, which is why
gotta have an OG.
Speculation, but somewhat sort of an insight. Can't say too much. Mm-hmm. But she's pretty much behind why Jacqueline's not on the show no more and why Rosie and her sister are not on the show anymore because Teresa allegedly will not film with them, and she runs all the storylines for the Housewives of New Jersey.
That sucks that they couldn't even like work out like how Cardi and Nicki did Motorsport, but they weren't in the same room. Like, but why couldn't they do that?
And I think that also just adds on to my point when I said that they kept Jackie because they need an adversary for Teresa, because Jackie's can't do as much damage as Jacqueline can, or the other ladies that you mentioned that aren't on the show anymore. So she's an easy person Teresa could squash if she wanted to. Kathy. Yeah, exactly.
Kathy and Rosie. Because Rosie was ready to choke her out.
Exactly.
She's going to shake her up and twist her like a tornado.
Yeah, and she knows Jackie isn't about that life. Yeah. So she's like, let that girl stay. Cut that check.
I'll take half of her salary. Go ahead and keep her on the show.
That's fine.
There's also Jennifer, who's back with her husband, Bill Aydin, and her daughter's wearing makeup at 6, and Jennifer's gotten liposuction in her back and all this, and I can't just wrap my head around Jennifer. I mean, I'm trying to like her because I mean, who doesn't love like a good bougie person on the team? But I don't know, something about them. And then she's like, Bill and I are doing better than ever, but I never see that much of a connection with them. They don't seem to interact much.
They're very awkward.
Yeah. And if money is Jennifer's love language, then they are doing better than ever.
True. I guess.
I mean,
he's probably getting more clients due to the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I hope the bedroom conversations go well with that couple?
I don't know. I don't see them having fun together. Either. And that's the thing. Like, okay, money's great. Like, please send a guy with money my way. But I also need to have fun with you. I need to be able to talk to you. I need to feel comfortable around you. And I don't know if I get that.
Well, you also have to remember their culture and Turkish culture.
They kind of were matched
married,
up.
You're married, and that's what it is. You don't have to love each other. It's what it is, especially once you have children involved. So whether you like each other, get along in the bedroom or outside, you have the last name, so you got to stick it out.
No, that's true.
Because remember, they set up Jennifer's brother.
Yeah.
With the woman
and I don't think
Turkey.
He knew her very well before they got married, and that's just I mean I feel like it's not right to say, oh, that's crazy. Like, that's just how we talk. We like, oh, that's crazy. But, you
it's
can't
just
really...
hard to understand.
It's just not what we are used to. We also saw Teresa's kids growing up. We see Gia going off to college. It's like, we have watched Gia grow up. And it's like, I love how two of her children look like one parent and the other two look like the other, like Kim and Kanye. And like North and Saint look just like Kanye. And I feel like Chicago and Psalm look just like Kim. So yeah, I feel like that's how the girls are. But Gia's going off to Rutgers, and they are having a little bit
doing pre-law.
Yeah,
because of her father,
and I like that too, because it's like something that's really hitting home is gonna like make her have an impact on
passion.
Yeah.
And you know what, Gia she's gone through so much in the past. We're in 2019, past 10 years. So for all the seasons, she's been through the beginning of the fire when they first filed for the bankruptcy before they canceled it in 2010. And now fast forward to now, her father's in an ICE facility, now been deported into Italy, which we'll talk about that later, the conversations that they had on with Andy. And she's a real big staple of Teresa's life. And now it's just going to be the three little ones while she's off to college. Even though it's 45 minutes away, they can feel like forever.
Oh gosh, yeah. Absolutely.
45 is okay.
I don't know. I feel that though, because I grew up in like the DMV DC. I went to school at Howard, but my mom was only like an hour away from me, living in Maryland, maybe 45 minutes. And I was always like, damn, I feel like I'm across the country. So when you have that relationship with your parent, 45 minutes can feel like an eternity.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I'm from New Orleans and everything is super close, and now I cannot see my family in a 45-minute drive or a 45-minute flight or 45-minute anything unless it's a FaceTime call. LA is so far, it's like 45 minutes now seems like nothing. Like back home, it didn't take 45 minutes unless there was some 5-car pileup on the interstate. That's the only reason why it would take 45 minutes. So here, it's like 45 minutes. Oh, that's Tuesday. Like, that's just a normal day. So, yeah. but
I mean, let's talk about the fact that she's going to be into pre-law. And
she's going to be busy.
Yeah, and the fact that it's affecting her so much. Like, how would you guys feel if your dad was about to be deported and you're about to graduate high school, going into college, and those are big moments that you're missing? I feel like personally, she had, in this segment, she had some resentment towards her father, because she even stated at one point, if you're not even going to try, I don't even want to bother with you anymore.
Yeah.
Because
I get that.
She said pretty much that you don't care about us if you're willing to leave and not even fight.
Yeah. Well, we will get to that in a later topic.
Okay.
We're going to save that. But right now, let's talk about Teresa and Jackie and how she was making fun of her online. What do you guys think about this? Because honestly, compared to the other Housewives franchises, when they make fun of each other, I think it's very mild. And I think that it would annoy me because Teresa's huge. Teresa is the OG. Teresa is Real Housewives of New Jersey. Yeah. But, and also all her fans, I feel like it would just be so many like minions and like for real, like just like going at her or whatever. But I don't know, just the things that they say sometimes would not get to me. And I wish I had a direct quote from last season, but I don't know. What do you guys think about their their incident online.
I mean, I don't think the impersonation was that big of a deal. It was dead on. And
it's pretty good.
It was very good. She got her accent and everything. I think the only reason it hurt so much was because it was with Teresa, and then she doesn't like it. If it was Margaret and Melissa doing it, she would have laughed about it.
Yeah.
But because it's Teresa and Jennifer, two people that she has a bad history with, she's dragging it out and she's making it more dramatic.
Yeah.
And I just feel like if you're gonna find something insulting, keep that same energy regardless of who it's by. If you're insulted, if your friends do it, be insulted when your frenemy does it too.
Or you could be petty like me and just make a video back.
That's what I'm saying. Or just like have a better comeback. Like don't play that victim card. Like of course maybe you're annoyed or your feelings are hurt, but you don't have to just like sit there and just she's making fun of me.
It's
like
cyberbullying.
What? It's 2019, girl.
Yes, thank you. If I was in her shoes, I would have legit had someone get a camera and be like, look, record me. And then I would have made myself Teresa, and I would have always been the victim to everything.
I would have got glammed up and then would have got a sponsor post by like a clothing company.
Yeah. And then I would have had Margaret post it.
Yeah.
No.
Since Jennifer's not the one that posted it, Teresa posted it, I would have Margaret post it and impersonate.
Yeah, but literally make
Jennifer.
some money.
So
Make some money off of it. Sponsored post and have one of those girls post it. Like double. But moving along.
She should have done a post with Kim D. Jackie.
That would have been a
Hear me out on this, Jackie.
That would have been a mess.
But now we can get into this deportation talk.
Let's do it.
And I mean, this has got to be so hard on the girls because they're daddy's girls. It's 4 girls. Like they're so close to him. They're such a tight-knit family. We always see them like having dinners together, or just like, I don't know, the flashbacks, or just even watching from the past seasons. And to have this person who was such a huge influence in your life just like ripped from you and maybe have to go to another country. But before he even maybe has to go to that other country, he's literally sitting in a detention facility and you have to hear about what he's going through. That can't be good on kids.
Well, let's first talk about the location, right? So he's going to Italy. It's a developed country. It's not a third world country.
That's true. I would love to go to Italy.
And being in the flight world, and I fly across the country, the flight to Italy from New Jersey, New York is equidistant to California, if not less.
Really?
Because you're just hopping right over the ocean.
Okay.
And when you're flying cross country, it's almost like the parents that have, the parents that are separated that live in New York and one lives in California. It's doable. I think it's definitely being dragged out to be something. It's a very important topic, and I think families should stay together, especially because they're married. But it is doable. But the fact that he can't be here for those moments is, I think, the really big issue that we're having here.
Yeah.
But I think you also have to keep in mind that Teresa said he came here when he was a year old. So
He doesn't know.
Even though Italy is a developed country, he doesn't know anything about it. Like, I mean, going on vacations and having a couple family members there doesn't do anything for you. I have family in Jamaica, but I'm not gonna get up and say, okay, I'm gonna live in Jamaica now. You have to. It's something that you really have to readjust to. And
this is his home.
Yeah, it's his home. This is all he knows is America.
And it's like the girls can't just, oh, Dad, I really need to talk to you.
Yeah.
Like school is so hard, or like there's this guy, or just anything. I got a new job. It's so stressful. They can't walk into the kitchen and say, Dad, let's just like have some hot cocoa or have some coffee and talk about it. He is in Italy, and yes, it's a beautiful developed country, but it's not the same.
And it's away from your kids.
Yeah.
The holidays aren't going to be the same, and I mean, clearly the marriage isn't going to be the same. And we've already seen Teresa. Yeah, we've already seen Teresa hanging out with some new guy, and I don't know, like.
Let's talk about it.
Yes, let's segue
I've been waiting
into
to get
news.
on this.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Because I don't understand how.
Well,
She should have been more careful. That's all I'm saying.
or she shouldn't have. Because Joe had a conversation on the show several seasons back, which no one ever. He said the guy's name was Albie, and it was a guy that he was talking to, and it wasn't Caroline's son. So apparently,
Thank God.
And it was in the vineyard, right? And it was never really justified who he talked to or what they were talking about. It was just kind of skirted over because I think Teresa wanted to swipe that under the rug. However, there is a fitness trainer here in Los Angeles by the name of Luis Tadero who trains Teresa and who seems very close with the family, including Melissa and Joe. They have pictures together, always saying my BFF towards Teresa, but then towards Melissa and Joe says my sister and my brother. I think that they would be a great couple. It's not the guy she was photographed with. However, I think this guy has it going on, especially with Teresa's new mindset that she competed last year.
I mean, he looks like her type.
So
he looks like a young
we're
Joe.
wearing the same shirt.
That's so crazy. Shut up.
So does Teresa come out here often? Does he go out there? Because you said he's like
he goes
LA.
out there.
Okay.
But he's a huge trainer in LA, and I mean,
we might have to get him on the show
right now. Hopefully, Louis, you hear that?
Oh, we got to get you.
Someone tag this boy on here so that we can get him on the show in the studio. We want to hear all the tea.
Amaya Baker said Teresa's going to Italy today, according to Melissa.
What Melissa said?
I don't know. That's what. Ask Amaya. When did that happen? Show us the link or something.
I know. Show us a text thread.
But the thing is that I feel like Teresa should have been more careful about popping out with this new guy because she has daughters who watch the show, know that their mom's gonna be in the headlines.
And they love their dad.
They love their dad. She should have been more careful.
She mentioned this on the interview because they had a live interview with Andy, Teresa, and then Joe was on video Skype. And according to Teresa, she had told Joe about this guy. They're just friends. Her feet were killing her. That's why they were holding hands. And if she wanted to hide something, she would have stayed in her hotel room. However, if you want to be you want to play the psychiatric card, she could have just been out in plain view because she's going to say, who's going to believe that this is really my boyfriend? Because when they approach me about it, I'll say, why would I do that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's like reverse psychology.
Psychology.
Is this fitness trainer? I don't know.
I don't know if Teresa's that smart. It's a smart tactic.
But she might have a PR person.
She's facts.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
So is that guy the same guy that was in New York City, like that was holding her hand and like for New Year's Eve and things like that? Because she was linked to someone not too long ago.
Lewis is not. He's just her trainer.
There's a new guy. Okay.
So he's the one that got her
that's our speculation.
I would love for them to get together because personally, Juicy Joe, I'm sorry, but you just look. They haven't been intimate for
at least however long he's been in jail. Do they have the conjugal visits?
Oh.
Do they have that?
You know, Teresa used to be nasty, so I would assume so. But in 2015 is when this all. So that's been 4 years of no romance, 4 years of no intimate relationship, and she used to be all over him. So you would have to imagine, especially in today's time with social media and everything surrounding her, she would have to be lonely. And I'm not saying step out on your marriage, but look, let's be real.
And I don't know if it's just they always say their last names differently. Giudice. I can't even keep up with all the different pronunciations, but I don't know if it's just their family because even other Joe, Teresa's brother, is like super into Melissa. And like every time we see them, he's always complimenting her.
He's
like
always trying to have sex.
Yes. Like last season, he was like kissing her feet and
after she was walking around.
And that's dirty.
Yeah.
That is dirty. Like, please love me if you're my man. But if I've been walking on the ground, unless I just got out the shower and you carried me out.
That's how you get athlete's mouth.
Mono, like, come on now. Thank you. Don't be doing all that. Athlete's mouth. That's how you get a new diagnosis of something that just came out.
That's when you become McNasty and I just can't do it.
Yeah, so let's get into our next topic. Y'all know what that is?
I think I know.
Segment.
Yes. Bring it.
So we got some shady tweets going on for this week that I have to share with my family here. Okay, so Toking Black Girl said, I wouldn't show up to my supposed bully's house for some free food and alcohol. Jackie should have stayed home or did something else. That's a fact.
I disagree a little bit. So I'm going to have to disagree a little bit because I do remember watching when Jennifer was like, why would she come here if she's just going to be making a stink face the whole night? My whole thing is, if we filming and I'm getting paid for this episode and you got free food and free drink, I'm there. I don't care. I would look at you stupid. I'm going to probably bump into you for added drama. I'm going to go.
Yeah, but if you're going to pull the cyberbully card, you need to pull it and play it right.
Yeah, it's like she's bullying me, but I'm here.
You don't put yourself in the battle if you don't have to. You're trying to make Jennifer look bad.
So that did not make sense, but I still would have went.
But Andy Cohen has his very special way of getting all these women together in the same room for these events. Mm-hmm. Andy Cohen.
That ching ching bling bling. Okay. At That Grand Prince said, you only get respect because you're my sister-in-law. LOL, really, Teresa? I mean, she's been saying the same thing the whole time. And I just don't get why Teresa keeps saying this when she knows she does not stick up for Melissa the way
she doesn't.
At all.
And Teresa is as petty as can be, and she's always going to have an opinion, and she's always going to be the victim. She could be like, yeah, I called you ugly, but really the victim is me because
you made me call you ugly.
You were in the room and someone was talking about me and you didn't say anything. Like,
yeah,
no,
that
was involving myself. I was minding my business.
That would for sure get on my nerves. Like, I get it. Okay, we're family, and I do air quotes for family because we're family by marriage. Like, I have to be around you. So I get it. Since we're family, we should stick up for one another. But I'm only around you because you married, like, into my family.
Because she literally called Melissa a stripper before.
It's like, you don't really like me. I don't really like you. I don't know how much we have in common outside of, like, we're family. So why should I be all in your face? I don't know.
Our next tweet says, Jennifer is proof that money cannot buy you taste, class, or a sense of style. You tried it.
Jennifer is, like I said, I cannot get into her. And their house we saw last season was just it was tacky to me. You can have so much money, but that doesn't make it look like a home. I like a cozy, comfy, Better Homes and Gardens house. Not like, theirs was like a museum with gold chairs and marble floors. And
I think that's the culture too, though.
So for everyone on the chat.
Not comfortable.
Just flashy and dramatic, like gaudy. Style.
Well, for everyone on iTunes that's listening who didn't get a chance to see, her home is very much, it's almost like a mosaic, but it's very open space. Everything's kind of doesn't have any rhyme or reason. Lots of gold.
It's just white and gold. It's literally, that's the color scheme. Only white and gold, lots of space, just hard, cold.
And in her interview, she was looking like Michael Jackson with the red shirt.
No, but
she looked like Thriller outfit and the black stripes.
If
and a
you
Chanel
guys,
necklace.
I got Madonna vibes.
If you guys have ever been, if y'all have ever been to the Broad Museum out here in LA, there's literally a sculpture that is a like white and gold monkey and Michael Jackson because he had, I don't remember what the monkey's name was, Bubbles.
Yeah.
He had a pet
Chimpanzee.
monkey and chimpanzee, and it's white and gold, and that just, I don't know. Art is very subjective. It's in the eye of the beholder what's beautiful. And I love Michael.
Look.
He's on my screensaver on my phone. I will pull it out for y'all at any given second.
Jennifer just
well, Jennifer loves her home.
But I don't like the white and gold. It's just...
The outside of her home is beautiful.
Yeah, the fountain, the sunset.
The whole curb appeal is wonderful. You step inside, it is a hot...
Don't they have a basketball? They have a basketball court.
Let's get through these tweets. Come on, let's get through this.
Let's let her do her segment.
Okay, Mainly Bravo says, I know Jackie isn't talking about Jennifer being desperate to be Teresa's friend, considering the fact that she's had her head all the way up Melissa's ass since she came on the scene. Ooh. I don't know if I feel like she was up her ass.
Maybe she
I just think she
better.
felt like she had to stick up for Melissa because she saw that Teresa was being mean to her. I think Jackie likes to take on that role.
Jackie does too much. Okay.
Yeah.
Jackie does the absolute most. She needs to focus on keeping the relationship going between her and her sister this season. Maybe a little cameo from her sister. But look.
Maybe Jackie's just trying to secure her spot on the show.
She's trying to secure the bag.
It worked. Because she's back in this season too. So. Okay, so we have a picture here with some of the ladies with Jennifer, Melissa. Jackie and Margaret. And so it says lots of people are commenting on this pic. It's from Instagram. Is Jennifer pregnant? And if you see, Jennifer has a pouch on her. And we don't body shame, but you did just get lipo.
In the back. She got lipo in the back.
Lipo in the back. However, that does not push anything to the front.
And honestly, I will agree 100% with what you just said, because we will never body shame. I literally, before we started rolling, I was like, I'm glad these pants high-waist, because y'all cannot see my stomach. I just said that. I'm not pregnant, but guess what?
It's not body shaming.
Right.
But it's there.
I got a stomach. But when your husband is a plastic surgeon and you're talking about, I got lipo, and he said, like, he called her, I think, a skinny mini or something like that. Like, they did a before and after pic. Like, she lost weight due to her husband's plastic surgery business. So I mean, in the age of plastic surgery and Photoshop, if you still have a pouch and your husband is a plastic surgeon, honey, and are you expecting?
And when you're a woman and you know your body, you don't wear high-waisted anything if you got a belly.
Yeah, or you don't wear like certain materials.
Yeah,
something.
And it was like she didn't care.
Or you get your friend to stand in front of you, or you turn to the back and show your butt. Like, you don't.
Come on, booty shot.
Right? Yes. Like, why? If you have, like I said, we're not body shaming.
We're not body shaming.
But you got to know your angles to present your best.
That's why she might be pregnant, and she's like,
or maybe she's just being body positive for the real women out there.
Well, then she wouldn't have gotten the lipo in her back.
Facts. Well, you guys.
And her husband keeps her up to date on her Botox appointment. What I don't like.
That she considers romantic.
Yeah, that's not romantic.
At all.
No, it's not.
We're doing so great. He reminds me when it's time to get Botox. Like, girl, what? I don't know. He don't like you.
That's called his job.
That's called, he needs you to look different.
That's called a tax write-off.
Basically. Well, guys, I have loved this show, but let's get into next show. What do y'all think is gonna happen? Predictions?
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I predict that we're going to get a more intimate look at Teresa's daughter's reactions to Joe getting deported, and I feel like I'm gonna cry. It might hit home for me. And I predict that Jackie is going to drag this whole video rampage thing out more.
I feel, first of all, this is going to be like I think episode number 2 is going to be huge, given the deportation and ICE, and that's a really sensitive, big topic in today's time, especially what's going on right now with the presidency, which I don't support. Anyways, and then Margaret is going to get involved about the video, and then she's going to cause Jackie to snap. Jackie's going to smash something and threaten somebody again.
What?
Dolores is going to get involved, and Teresa's going to pop off, and then Melissa's going to say, oh my God, we're doing this all over again. And then Jackie's going to be the victim and say, oh my gosh, did you see that she attacked me? And then then Danielle's going to pop up.
Wait, when did Jackie smash something? That was Jennifer.
Sorry, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, I get the J's confused,
I was like,
too.
when did that happen?
It's
And
those
then Danielle's
two.
going to pop up.
Yeah, so I think we're going to see drama between Frank and, not necessarily Frank and David, but Dolores and Frank and David and Dolores, because David is just playing that backseat a little bit too hard, and he needs to step it up. He needs to claim his woman. I think we're going to see some of the girls get a little bit closer, but not before we see some drama, and it's going to be very juicy, and we're going to be like, ooh, we're going to have to...
And someone gets their hair pulled. We just don't know when.
I know, and we also...
going to pull Margaret's weave, like...
We also saw Melissa talking about possibly having another kid, and we know family is everything. So I think that might be fun. So
I don't support that.
It's a season premiere. We are gonna see how that goes. But before we go ahead and head out, let's go ahead and let everybody know how they can follow you guys or Russell, and we're gonna bring it back this way.
Okay. All right. Y'all can follow me all over the internet at Russell Ray Silva. That's on Twitter. That's on Instagram. That's on Facebook. Send me your questions. Send me your info that you want us to shout you out on the show. I'll try to answer as many as I can. Keep us up to date. Thanks for watching.
You guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at
Where you at?
At IamB_Cheyenne, CHIANNE.
All right, and I am Angel Saunders, and I'm mainly on Instagram, so that's where you can find me, just as my government name, at Angel Saunders, ANGELSAUNDERS. I'm there every single day.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for watching.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.